Welcome back to Epa Worldwide. Last week we were talking about narcissist parental alienators, the extreme kind of parental alienators. On my other videos, child psychologists describe such people as grave. We are continuing with the narcissist parental alienators, but we are diving into the thing I always say, that the system is not for you. Yes, this system is not for you. It's not for you. It is not for the targeted parent. It is for the alienating parent, meaning that it's not the system. Their way of doing things is what brings about the trauma that the kids endure from the parental alienator. That's why you need this education. We need to let people know about this education. We are educating the public on parental alienation so that we can desist from it and a child out there will be saved. So I'm going to dive right into it, okay? I'm going to discuss this article by David Summers and Colette Summers. I think I've used one of their articles in the previous post, okay? So we are going to read this article that is entitled Unadulterated Arrogance, Autopsy of the Narcissistic Parental Alienator. So this article is going to tell you in and out of the parental alienator, and then also conclude with why I keep saying the system is not for you. This article is meant to guide professionals to recognize and gain insight of the inner dynamics and profile of the narcissist and the chronic parental alienator. The narcissist and the chronic parental alienator, they always want to be the center of attention. They want to always manipulate. They want to always strategize. They all want to always plot and come up with strategies, tactics that will give them the attention they need. They crave narcissists. If you look on my last week video, which described the narcissist as a form of personality disorder that somebody can have, and it falls under the cluster B personality disorder. It is a mental health disorder. And the type of parental alienator I dealt with is a narcissist. The type of parental alienator I dealt with is also a malicious parental alienator. The type of parental alienator I dealt with is also the obsessed type of parental alienator. We have 3 types of parental alienators. I haven't discussed that on this page. It's on my Facebook page. If you are interested, look up Epa Worldwide. It's like a 3 or 4 hour long video. So I'm going to find a way and put some of it, redo it like in a short form and put it up here. But we have 3 types of parental alienators, and the extremist is obsessed parental alienator. They constantly want their attention. They do this for joy. Hurting somebody, being malicious is a thing of that gives them joy. So they are constantly plotting and strategizing and bringing manipulation and manipulating, basically setting traps for the targeted parent and to fall in. Okay, so Summer said the article also covers and exposes commonalities of both their modus operandi and characteristics. Modus operandi, I look it up, it says well-established. The well-established tactics they use and their characteristics. That is what this article exposed. Okay? Parental alienation stems from intolerance. When somebody gets divorced and the other parent is bitter and or just wants to see them fail so bad, or like in my case, I was told, let's see how you're going to make it. Let's see who is going to marry you with 2 kids. Oh, let's see who is going to help you with the kids. I lost everything. I lost my home. I lost it all. But guess what? God, who is the divine naysayer, has spoken. And we are here today. Okay? So, They have intolerance, they have denigration. So what is denigration? Denigration is act of unfairly criticism towards somebody. Denigration. So that is what they do when they are forming allies with the children. They make the children believe all these things, brainwash them, manipulate them to perceive that is denigration, to perceive the targeted parent as something they are not, as a monster, as a bad person, as a bad parent, as an uncaring parent, which you all know. If you look at my other videos, I've dealt with it many times. Okay, so that is what they said they are. And prejudice is being biased. You understand? You have pre-perceived perception, pre-perceived notion, and you want everybody to buy into it and believe it. That is what prejudice is. And deep-seated dysfunction. This deep-seated dysfunction pretty much is like having this deep hate directed at the targeted parent, and believe, deeply rooted hate within your heart. Deep rooted hate. That is deep seated dysfunction. Everything that is a dysfunction is a disorder, and is directed at the targeted parent. At the end of the day, who does it hurt? The children. See what I mean? The children. So guess what? We need to refrain from it. In like manner, narcissistic abuse is caused by malignant self-love. What is malignancy? What does malignant tumors do to our body? That is what they are describing there to be. Narcissist parental alienators. Dr. Amy described them as grave. Amy and Ben Army described this kind of parental alienators as grave. And now we are here with Summers and Summers describing them also as by malignant self-love. Everybody needs to love themselves. You get it? But once it is malignant, it is that kind of love, extreme, that kind of love that puts you, makes you seek attention, makes you want to plot and hurt somebody, makes you have disregard for everything else, everybody's well-being. Then it becomes a problem. And everything that is dysfunctional is a disorder. Everything that is, you can have extreme ends. Somebody can be extremely good to the right hand side, one can be extremely good at the left hand side. Either way, it's not good. You have to get a balance. Okay, I'm not perfect when it comes to that too. Sometimes you get to be extremely good that you worry too much about other people and not about yourself, and that is not good. I'm working on that part. Okay, self-love and unadulterated arrogance. And we all know that is a very big characteristics of narcissism. Craving for attention, craving to be seen as the most prestigious, craving to be given the respect out of everybody else, craving to be noticed. Okay, the deception of the narcissistic parent alienator is a cruel act. Deception. What is deception? Deceitfulness. You understand? If narcissism is a killer, narcissism can kill because they are constantly plotting, lying every minute. They are calculating. They said it is a cruel act. Researchers are saying narcissistic parental alienators are cruel. Okay? It often has many players on different stages that corrode the soul. Corrosion. What is corrosion? Like a metal that is being eroded till it is damaged. They said they are corrosive to the soul, meaning they constantly doing to see somebody destroyed before they will be content. That is what gives them joy. That is what they crave for this narcissistic, they crave for this malignant love for themselves. So they have to constantly plot. And it's ongoing, it's not stopping, it's constant. It's constant. The cycle is constant. If you know me, you know what I'm saying. It's true. The researchers are saying it, but I'm also saying that this is so true. I have dealt with it this is the 11th year. The narcissistic parental alienator is one who systematically deceives and turns their own children into little abuser proxies. When I'm laughing, you know what's up, right? But you should know me by now if you have been on this channel for a while. When I can relate to the article, then I'm laughing. They turn the children to be abusers. I was being abused by my own child. A year ago, it was getting intense. If you want to know how I dealt with it, look up my other videos, okay? They become abusers, and that is how this abuse doesn't only come to you. Today I'm free from it because he knows better now after things are changing for him. Education I'm putting in and everything. You understand? So it's important that we desist from it, guys. Parental alienation and the narcissist kind is very detrimental. They become abused. They turn their own children to abusers and abusive proxies. Okay? Narcissists lie, manipulate, and speak in mixed messages. This kind of behavior causes the children to be confused. I told you guys many times, my children used to be so confused. One of my children is so confused that nothing could be done about it. And it was affecting his overall well-being, psychological health, physical health, academic health, social health. It was getting worse and worse until a year ago, literally 10 months ago. We're getting to 11 months now before things started changing for him. So this is not good. It's not healthy. Then I have one child that also gets so confused, but the good thing with him is he's always investigative, interrogative, and very curious. So he asks so much questions. But why is it this? But why did the parental alienator said this? But then he did this. Why did the parental alienator said you this did that? But this is what I saw. You see? That's the difference, guys. We can't continue to destroy our own children like this, okay? They cannot part with their illusions. What is an illusion? A thing that is likely to be wrongly perceived or interpreted by the senses, by your senses, your eye. Do you see well, or you say some things? Do you hear well, or you... In this case, it's all in his brain. The narcissist parent always have this thing in his brain that makes him think that this is who he is. This is who that person is. Don't do this to don't give the kids to this person. Don't let the kids go that your mom is this, your mom is this. Parental alienation can be caused by both mom and dad. But I'm telling mine, it was the opposite. It was the male that was the alienator, and I am the targeted parent. So they crave for this, and they have these illusions, the senses, what they haven't seen, they said they've seen. What they haven't heard, they said they have heard. Sometimes it also associates with schizophrenia, when they're having hallucinations and they are hearing all these things, they are thinking all these things, what doesn't exist. Basically, so illusions. And if their illusions are gone, they may still exist, but they have ceased to live. They have ceased to live. They have ceased to live. What really they live for is the constant plotting, the constant manipulation, the constant tactics to get the system to believe they are deceit. You see what they say? They are liars, they are deceitful, they are cruel. They are cruel. The researchers are saying that, not me. You understand? All too, now we are going to get into the system is not for you. All too often, mental health and legal professionals and judges do not listen to the targeted parent. The research has brought it to you, honey. The mental health and the legal professionals and the judges do not listen to the targeted parent, and they are fooled. God, can somebody preach here? Where is the pastor? Hallelujah. They are fooled. The system is fooled or tolerate the narcissistic parental alienators out of faith, trust, and a sense of fairness. Because they lie so much, they plot so much, they calculate and deceive so much, they are deceitful, that it gets to the point where the system gets blinded and get to believe the narcissist alienator. You see, and when it gets to that point, trust me, being able to rescue your children, it can be very dangerous. You can win this battle when it comes to the system. Because he uses, in my case, he uses the school system, the police service, the CPS, and the court. And all these systems comes together to advocate, make decisions that supports the well-being of the children. But when the narcissist parental alienator can strategize, plot, deceive, and present a well-parceled package, the target parent can get out of it. You rather will be the one that will be gunned by everybody. The target parent is rather the one that gets the hit. So, Wasempa, I keep saying that, and now the researchers are proving me that I'm right. The narcissistic parental alienators' deceit and defiance must be recognized and seen for what it is. This is their suggestion now. Evaluators, courts, and therapists at that point should consider this danger directly and act swiftly. So after every research, right, there is a recommendation. So this is their recommendation. As a result of their findings, and concluded that the system is not for you, the system is not for you. They are now suggesting to the system and the people that have the authority to make this decision to rescue these children's life from being destroyed, that they should consider the dangers they have described and act swiftly. The quote by Francis de la Ro I'm not going to pronounce this word, I'm going to type it anyway. It says, a quote by Francis de la Rochefort. Listen, I'm not trying to pronounce this word. No, look at it, it's written there. Yes, right there. Look at it. I'm not pronouncing it, okay? I'm now going to tell you the quote. The most deceitful person spent their lives in blaming deceit, so as to use it on some great occasion to promote some great interest. See that? And is strikingly similar to the conception of a divorce or custody dispute among narcissistic parental alienators within the context of this topic. It is discouragingly common to see how few people are not shocked by deceit and how many are shocked by honesty. That is so true, guys. That is so true. I have been toiling the truth about my children's living situation, about my abuse, about everything for 10 plus years. But guess what? The truth is never accepted when it comes to the court. Don't let that discourage you from sticking to your truth. You know why? It will all come together. The pieces will come together. And the most people you owe that explanation is the children. The children will get it. They will hear it. They will believe you. And when they are getting older, they will make their own decisions. They will. Okay? They will. So I'm telling you right now that the system is not for you. Summers and Summers have confirmed this with their research and proved to you that the chronic alienator, the narcissist parental alienator, who is also described as somebody that have a cancerous love for themselves, is a liar, is a cruel person, is a deceitful person, and uses a lot of deceit. But it is shocking to believe how many people believe deceit and how many little people believe honesty and have faith in what is the truth and trust the truth that have been told. You see that? So this article is what I wanted to discuss with you today, and I have another one from a family law website that is in evidence that the system is not for you. So on this team, it said children, divorce, narcissism, and parental alienation, the perfect storm. The perfect storm. Yes, I smile because I know it is a perfect storm. It is not a good thing, and it is very dangerous to you, to me, to everybody in our society, and to our children. So their website is a KN Family Law Team. So I'm going to read just a portion of this article that is posted here. That's the aspect I want to read. It says that things have changed. Okay. Things have changed. In October 2017, a direction was made by the president of the family division advising how judges should deal with domestic violence and harm in children cases. The rules apply to, quote, any incident or pattern of incidents of controlling, coerciveness, or threatening behavior, violence, or abuse, which includes, quote, psychological, physical, sexual, financial, and emotional abuse. These behaviors can be, the quote is closed, these behaviors can often describe those of the narcissist, opening the door for an identification and recognition of the damage and ongoing risk of such a personality type. The construction of the direction, however, appears to exclude parental alienation. And this is exactly what I went through, okay? I was rather the one that was lied about and presented as the one with all these abuses, physical abuse, all these things that were described, okay? I was described as somebody that have psychological distress. But it is all tied around the narcissist parental alienators, power control, strategy, narcissism, lies, coerciveness, deceitfulness, and package and presents me constantly rather as the one that is of a bad parent. So you see, the system is not for you. After all this description by the president of the family division advising how judges should deal with domestic violence and harm to children of this nature, they have excluded. Don't mind me, I'm silly. They have excluded parental alienation. What does that tell you? Guys, what does that tell you? This is why it's important. And I keep saying it. When you are going through divorce, when you are going through separation, when you are going through anything of that nature, trust me, don't know that the system is not for you, and try to find ways and means to rather deal with it amicably between you and your partner, to decrease the amount of harm that at the long run is going to bring to your children. Like, unfortunately, sometimes the judge, not sometimes, like 99% of the time, they don't make decisions in your kids' favor. They don't make decisions that favors your children. They make decisions based on who can strategize, who can lie, who can portray themselves as what they are not, and package and destroy and present the targeted parent rather as a bad parent. As a result, and most likely, the targeted parent is the one that is in the best standing position to provide the best care, the best life for the kids. Targeted parents, as you see, narcissistic parents, they are not for the kids. They are not looking out for the best interest of the kids. They are not. They are basically looking out for themselves. So you see what I'm saying? The narcissist parental alienator is not for your child. So the best way to deal with a narcissist, in my case, I'm dealing with an entire family that plots want, there is, in my case, there was nobody to go and say, oh, this is the family member. From the get-go, they were not for the marriage. But because I want the visa lottery was coming, they have to capture it and capitalize on it for their own gain. You understand? So who was I going to talk to and reach out to and say, hey, this is what's going on. Let's have a civil conversation about this. Let's rescue this situation now. You get it? So the best thing is what? Find a common grounds. Find a trusted family member, friends. If you can use mediation, do that. Pay for mediation, which is at the long run less costly than the route I have been on, which is not ending yet. Get somebody that can bring both of you together, not to go back to your relationship or your marriage, but to come up with a plan that is child-focused, that is child-centered, and avoid the system, especially if you are with our kind of background. The system will not. Do you know how many times they have pushed children in the system, children in the courts, children to go to jail? This is how it started. This is how it starts. Eventually, when the child, the narcissist parental alienator, groomed this child to be an abusive child to everybody else, to abusive individual, and everybody is facing it, the consequences, then what happens? The child end up getting in trouble one day, end up in court. They now use, oh, your parents were divorced. Oh, you went through this. Oh, we asked that you be on medication. Oh, you did it. They're going to destroy your child. They're going to destroy your child. That is why I'm here. That is why I'm here. So we can know about parental alienation. And when we stop it, we rescuing the situation. We're beginning to rescue the situation by stopping. That's why I'm here. That's why EPA is here. Reach out. Watch this video. Share it. Subscribe. Yes. Subscribe. Yes. Subscribe. Like and share. Thank you all so much for being here. And I appreciate you all for watching. Have a wonderful week. Till next episode. Stay good. Stay safe. Get away outside. stay locked down, and remain safe. Don't spread COVID-19 to nobody. And don't get it also contracted. Don't get infected by it. Okay? See you next time.